Hi, and welcome to this live reading from The Silent Road by S.N. McKibben. And this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Day 1, 7:02 a.m. There are two truths in life. One, roads lead travelers where they need to go. Pavement had a way of peeking out under leaves, grass, and overgrown brush. Two, all roads circle back to oneself. By contradiction or by design, this philosophy mirrored my situation. I was a truck driver without a license, being pulled over by highway patrol. The day just got interesting. If my heart beat any faster, I'd need a cardiologist. The bear, or Mr. Patrolman, to those that drive to commute or for fun, positioned a shiny boot on the tarmac of Route 150. Before I could see his face, that black polished icon of law enforcement preceded a man of integrity. But every man had a price. The officer's handlebar mustache and mirror sunglasses shielded his expression, giving me no way to decipher this guy. Squeezing the steering wheel of the Mac, I did what I could. I rolled down my window and waited. The officer walked along my truck, giving me my haul a long, indifferent inspection before he finally reached the driver's side door. "Hello, officer. License, registration, and driving log, please." Why was I pulled over? If he was itching to give me a fix-it ticket, I could resolve it right now. No need for ceremony. For doing 45 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Liar. It's actually slowing down into second gear. Well, I have the registration and the log, but I've misplaced my license. I handed the 2 out of the 3 items he requested out the window to him. If he was going to be a dick about it, so could I, in the nicest way possible. He thumbed through my driving schedule. "Are you Dan Perry?" "Yes." His name tag was a jumble of letters that didn't make a lot of sense to me, so I stared out the front of my windshield and prayed for an idea. "No picture ID?" "No." I knew the laws. I knew how to drive. I was even considered a safe driver. If I could forego the written test, I have a license. He took my paperwork and went back to his car. Hopefully, Officer Mustache would deem me too much trouble to ticket. After 8 years behind the wheel, getting pulled over was bound to happen. I'd been meaning to make things right, but not now, not when my baby girl needed me most. After making me sweat for about 15 minutes, Officer Mustache sauntered back. "Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the vehicle." "What? Why?" "Step out of the vehicle, sir." His hand twitched to his sidearm. Okay. I raised my hands. Great. Getting shot was not on my list of things to do. As soon as my feet hit the pavement, my hands were behind my back and my wrists encased in cuffs. Holy shit. "Officer, can't we talk about this?" He read me my Miranda rights first, then pushed me into the back seat of his cruiser. A cage separated us. "You are being arrested for driving without a license." "But I just left it at home. Give me a fix-it ticket and I can clear this up." "You lied." He slid into the driver's side and turned to look at me with a raised eyebrow. "I verified you weren't in the Department of Motor Vehicles database. I also called your employer." He waved the registration above the barrier. "The both of you will be given a fine." No. My gut twisted and the blood drained away from my face. Troy had always been good to me, good to my family. He didn't deserve that. There must be some mistake. But even to me, my voice sounded unconvincing. "No mistake." Officer Mustache shut his door and started his cruiser. I wasn't speeding. As far as I'm concerned, shiny sunglasses gleamed my way through the rearview mirror. You people shouldn't be hauling anything along this road. I was going to Oakview Market, OJ's local grocery store. Then you should have taken the 33, which would take more time and have me backtrack home. Doesn't matter now. How I wanted to strangle this guy who obviously did not know about time bonuses or deadlines. Just take me away from my haul for it to rot. My nightmare and a half. What about my cargo? The truck will be impounded. What? Cherry on a shit sundae. But all that food, why do you want to do that to the business, to the people here? Protesting was useless. This guy wasn't even listening. Hey, if you just let me go where they can unload the truck, everything you say is being recorded. Time to shut my mouth. Bribery was not going to work on this guy. Looked like the piper needed payment. 11:46 a.m. No use to say anything. I fucked up. Simple. The silence choked any apology I could make. Troy, the greatest boss that ever lived, paid my way out of jail after handling a fine for employing me to drive without a license. Businesses that broke the rules would go down with criminal employees. Double whammy. Good deeds don't go unpunished. Fortunately, Troy had ties with law enforcement, and my misdemeanor could be fixed. So here I was, in his Ford 150, slowly suffocating on my shame while he drove us both back to the office. Oddly, Troy didn't seem angry. He was an even-keel person, but this situation warranted yelling, scolding, a stern talking to. I got a grunt and a wave to come with him after release, and he hadn't said a word since. Are you mad? Disappointed? That was worse. Troy was a brother to me. My life was the road. I'd been driving since my father could sit me on his knees and I could latch onto the steering wheel. My boss helped me live my dream. Choking on sorry, I tried a different approach. Thank you. All in a day's work. Did Oakview get any product? Troy sighed. Some of the produce went bad, but we were able to get the truck out of impound early. That was coming out of my pocket. I'll pay you back. That's what insurance is for. Your rates. He held up a hand and then focused on my face for the first time. You need a CDL. I'll get one. Troy shook his head. Until you do, I'm pairing you with an instructor. That way, everyone's covered. I don't like partners. I don't give a fuck if you like it. Finally, there was his anger spilling over. But Troy dialed his tone down. Pair up or don't drive. So no choice at all. Who's the instructor? He paused. Jake Rocco. Cold sweat started dripping down the back of my shirt. No. Why? Because he liked to fuck men. I just don't want to drive with him. The wrinkles in his eyes deepened and his lips thinned. A tiny curl shaped the ends of his mouth. Bastard. That penance was his amusement. I'm not driving with Jake. The smile on Troy's face dropped. He's all I got. I'll get a CDL, then I'll drive the haul to Capistrano. Troy pulled into the parking lot of Transport Fidelity just before 1 p.m. I've already sent Steve to do your route. He sat there like he'd delivered news of my stillborn child. And he might as well have. I would have gone with him. Anyone was better than Jake, even a conniving codger like Steve. He isn't an instructor. There was the rub in all of this. Me and my shortcomings. Adding all the people I let down in life equaled a successful failure. But there was one person I'd fight and put my flaws to rights. My little girl, who needed money for college to become a veterinarian, counted on me. I would not let her goals go down in flames. I'll get a CDL. I got out of his truck and tapped at familiar icons on my phone. Uber would be here in however many backward minutes the clock gave. Before the day was out, I'd have my license.